Hey, it's the Terminian Hero here, and we're playing some more Metroid Prime. We have made it to Phendrana Drifts, and we are gonna take a look around this place, because it is a new area with lots of new stuff to do and things to hit us off cliffs. Can't remember which one of you did that, but you're both gone now. Okay, so this is the door that was locked before. So let's head on through. And we've got a new enemy here. We've got the Scatter Bombu. Pulsing tendrils of energy extend from creature's body. Like all Bombus, these creatures can only be harmed by electrical energy. Proximity to these life forms may result in electrical visor interference. It is possible to avoid engaging Scatter Bombus by rolling into the morph ball and slipping between the rotating energy streams. So yeah, if you charge your beam around this, it moves faster. But that doesn't help us. We can't really destroy this yet. But we can sneak by it with our morph ball, as the scan said. And it is messing with my visor, just like it said too. Okay, so this here. Baby Sheegoth. Glacial Predator. Ice shell protects vulnerable dorsal area. Young Sheegoths grow a resilient shell of ice on their backs, which serves to protect a layer of vulnerable flesh. With this being their only weak point, baby Sheegoths will turn quickly in order to not allow predators the opportunity to strike at their backs. Powerful hunters, they fire bursts of ultra-cold gas at potential prey, then feast on their frozen victim. Yeah, so these guys are gonna try to annoy us. Okay, so there's nothing really in here. This is just a place you can fall down to from up above. But yeah, these guys, you want to get around them and blast the shells on their backs and then blast the weak point on their back. That one died way faster than I thought it would. Wow, these guys are so much weaker than I remember. But whatever, I'll take it. Definitely not complaining. But yeah, they can freeze you, and if you get frozen, I think you gotta like mash a button or shake the control stick or something. I think you have to mash B to get unfrozen. And we can't get through here. And as you see, it leads to a missile expansion. So we'll have to remember this place for later. Now we head to the upper areas. Also, I don't think it's this room, but there's an enemy that we don't want to miss. Because they're very hard to spot, and they do not stick around forever. So there's a thing there that we couldn't do anything with yet, but since we couldn't do anything with it, I guess we'll just save it for later. And there should be another... Oh, not the enemy I was thinking of, but yes, another new enemy here. Ice Burrower. Burrower adapted to sub-freezing climates. A hardy life form, the Ice Burrower has adapted to the frigid climate of Phendrana. It spends most of its time tunneling through the frozen soil, but will occasionally surface to attack passers-by. And there's quite a few of them here, actually. Oh, I didn't realize there were a couple there. Man, there are a lot of them in this cave. But I'm pretty sure that these scans are missable. Like, I don't think these enemies stick around forever. So make sure you get them. They are not the normal burrowers. Hello, missile expansion that we can't reach from here. Okay, what's up next? Now, I think this area, yeah, right over there, those are some very easily missable, permanently missable enemies. And they are ice Shriekbats, ice-encased ceiling dweller. Like standard Shriekbats, these creatures are easily spotted with thermal imaging. They roost on cave ceilings, subsisting on insects, reptiles, and small mammals. Fiercely territorial, they will dive bomb anything that wanders near. Alright, and I think there's actually a lore in this room. Pretty sure. So I'll try to get that quick. So we've got a purple door up there that we can't hit. Does the game say... Yeah, the game says exactly what you need for it. It kind of spoils the power-ups in the map. But whatever. So we could go down that way, and I think that's actually where we're supposed to go. But I'll look around a little bit more here first. Fully explore the room. So here we've got some research. This hanging rock structure appears to have a weak spot near its base. Some stalactites can be dislodged from ceilings, allowing them to be used as platforms to cross otherwise unreachable areas. So yeah, stalactites. I don't think we can really shoot at it from a good angle there, but if we head in here, we should get a good angle at it. We've also got the lore up here, which actually we can't climb this room yet, but we can at least get the lore. And what is this one? Looks like it's Cipher. Yep, that is definitely one that we have not done yet. None know if our temple, the Cradle, will prove powerful enough to contain this evil forever. How can we, Chozo, hope for it to remain intact when that which it guards writhes in the darkness, growing always stronger? The fate of this world rests with the gathering of the artifacts we call the Cipher. But even it is not all powerful. Even it is not all powerful. It is strong, yes, an enchanted whole made of 12 links. Still, it is finite in its reach, and we who guard it are slowly succumbing. When our vigilance crumbles away into madness, the Cipher will be exposed, and the fate of Talon 4 will be beyond our influence. 12 links. My franchise, Legend of Zelda, has a lot more than 12 links. Anyways, onto the PAL version of Cipher. As the great poison reaches ever further into the planet, we Chozo begin to feel the gnawings of despair. Before it is too late, we now make our last stand. We have begun to build a temple to contain this darkness. At its heart, we will place a Cipher. A mystical lock powered by 12 artifacts and filled with as much power as we Chozo can harness. We wonder, though, even when we are done, will it be too late? And will the power of the temple and the Cipher itself prove strong enough to hold back the poisonous tide that even now swells within the ground, threatening all life? And that is today's Chozo lore. Probably the only Chozo lore. Actually, no. I think there's one more Chozo lore we'll get today. I say today as if I only upload one video a day. But I actually upload them in bulk, because that's how I have to do it. Because I can't upload every day because my internet sucks, but that's besides the point. Anyways, so on this way, the other lore should be, yeah, in this room here. And those are probably the only two Chozo lore in all of Phendrana Drifts. The Chozo lore, as you would expect, is mainly in the Chozo ruins. So I know there's a bunch of stuff we can scan here, but the Chozo lore is back here. So what is this one? Ah, the Turned. Okay. I know we haven't done that one yet. Many Chozo have gone beyond now, and this is a mercy. Those of us who remain suffer in dimensional flux, drifting helplessly across time and space, guided by unseen and inexorable currents. The Chozo who cling to sanity fight the tide, but our minds are weakening. Soon we will all be like the Turned Chozo who have been utterly corrupted by the great poison. The Turned still hold to their Chozo forms, but their minds are black with fell intentions. Gone is their respect for life. They honor only destruction, and seek to disrupt the artifacts holding the great poison at bay. All life taunts them, and they do not rest. Before long, they will be all that remain of the Chozo here. Now, the PAL version of this one is actually called Entrusted One. And this is that one. So many creatures suffer beneath the blight upon the land, and we Chozo are no exception. But for all of our pain, we can at least believe in the promise of the future. Unlike the apparitions that have begun to appear, entities that feel neither hope nor solace, we call these doomed souls the Turned. Taking ghostly Chozo forms, they know no reason beyond the instinctive urge to protect our lands. They will likely exist in limbo forever. We have come to believe that a time may never come when we can once again open the door and banish the darkness we've contained. Even so, our vigilance will forever remain. We believe that on some far-off day, a Savior will come and continue what we have begun. For that Savior, we will leave our ancient weapons and armor. The soul who can gather them will be the Entrusted One, the only being who can reverse the evil that grows here. And there's also a trilogy version that's slightly different. So many creatures suffer beneath the blight upon the land, and we Chozo are no exception. But for all of our pain, we can at least believe in the promise of the future. We have come to believe that a time may never come when we can once again open the door and banish the darkness we've contained. Even so, our vigilance will forever remain. We believe that on some far-off day, a Savior will come and continue what we have begun. For that Savior, we will leave our ancient weapons and armor. The soul who can gather them will be the Entrusted One, the only being who can reverse the evil that grows here. Now, interestingly enough with this one, when it was called The Turned, it was about the Turned, And then PAL made it, the PAL version made it about the Turned and the Entrusted one. And then the entry for the Trilogy version just got rid of the Turned altogether and only talked about the Entrusted one. So that's kind of interesting how that worked out. You would think they would prefer the version that talks about both, but whatever. Anyways, so we've got various things we can scan here, like these platforms. Propulsion units used to make platforms float are insufficient to support full power suit weight indefinitely. And down here, this fish appears to be frozen under a sheet of extremely smooth ice. Yeah, I think it's neat that you can even, like, scan the fish through the ice that you can barely see. Like, I don't even see one over... Oh yeah, there is one there. It is really hard to see, though. Yeah, anyways, if we want to continue on, we are gonna have to do this thing. Platform realignment successful. Okay. Yeah, and these platforms will move out of place again after we jump on them. So we get one chance to get across, and if we fail, we gotta scan this thing again. So here we go. And we did it. And we can get the Boost Ball. Its first ever appearance in a Metroid game. Let's take it. Boost Ball acquired. So, the Boost Ball, as you might imagine, allows you to go fast while in Morph Ball form. But going fast has more benefits than just simply going fast. For one, it allows you to use these half-pipe structures. And we're able to get up here because of that. And now this path lets us get out of here. This wasn't really the only way out of here, because if you look, if we never got the Boost Ball, there would have been this pathway, but I don't think that this pathway brings you all the way back up. I think it just brings you to where the lore was. Yeah. And yeah, you can't quite get back up. I thought maybe you could use the boxes. I know I destroyed some boxes, so maybe you would have been able to get back up with those. But as of right now, using the Boost Ball is my only way to get out of here. Alright, so now we've got a lot of backtracking to do, as you're about to see, searching for other half-pipe configurations. Where is it? My goodness, it's all the way back in Talon Overworld. But we will take a different route back to Talon Overworld. We won't just backtrack through the whole game. We will make sure that it doesn't take quite that long to get back, and we will make sure that we actually see new stuff on the way there. Of course, we are just gonna straight up have to backtrack to get back through Phendrana. But we still got to see something new. That was Meta Ridley. We followed him down onto the planet, but we lost track of him. Well, he has been spotted again. And what does that do for us? Not really much of anything. But we know he is still here. Can't, like, scan that opening? I don't think so. Yeah, I scanned that from both sides. Okay. So, one thing I have to mention here. Some of the music in this game is pretty quiet. And I'm sure that you have all noticed that the quiet music has not worked the greatest in these videos. Like, it keeps cutting out whenever it gets too quiet. And I really wish it didn't do that, but there's nothing I can really do. The thing is, my recording software has the ability to automatically lower the game sound when I'm talking, so when my commentary mic picks up enough noise, it'll lower the game sound. And I currently have that enabled, so I could disable that, but that wouldn't help with this problem. Because the problem that I'm having right now is that my recording equipment isn't picking up the game sound when the game sound is low enough. And I honestly have no clue how I would be able to fix that. Like, that's a separate issue from what I was just talking about. Like, disabling that feature wouldn't help, and it would actually hurt, because then you wouldn't be able to hear me when I'm talking. So yeah, unfortunately, we're just gonna have to deal with the music cutting out when it's quiet. But here, scan shows stress fractures in Bendezium frame. We will want to remember this for later. In fact, yeah, I thought I could scan it. Ice spreader. What is the ice spreader? You'll see much later. For now, though, we just want to keep heading this way. This is a part of Magmoor Caverns we were never at before. I can't jump up on that side, so that drained a lot of my energy. Gosh darn it. So over this way, we got another Triclops, another Magmoor. Same old Magmoor Caverns, but we've got some stuff to collect. Let's take care of that guy first. Okay. So we get across this lava pool by going through that tunnel, since we don't have our grapple beam to get across normally. But now, rather than continuing on, we actually want to go back through this other route. And you may have seen why. There is something that we want. And it's this missile expansion. And hey, there's another Triclops. No! Triclops, why? You know what, I'm just gonna ignore you, Triclops. Alright, another Magmoor, another Morph Ball Tunnel. Pretty sure there's 2 Magmoors in this room. Can I get some health from this guy? There we go. Much appreciated. Yeah, Yeah, the other Magmor should be on the other side here. Although it might only appear if you come from this door. And we came from the other way. So this is the elevator we want to go to. But I'm gonna take a quick dip into this room here. Because we can't really go further beyond this point. There's just a bunch of lava. And this track we can't use. That would get us across. There's no point to that way over there. Just don't even worry about that. Anyways, let's head back to Talon Overworld. Now, a long time ago, there was a missile door in Talon Overworld that I said I could go through, but I said I wasn't gonna do it till later. The elevator that we are at now is beyond that missile door. In fact, do we have the map for Talon Overworld? I didn't think we did. I can't remember where the heck the map station is here, if there even is one. But, like, you can kind of see where we are in relation to the other stuff. Like, I have a feeling I know where the map station... I don't know where the map station is. But I know my way around Talon Overworld, so there's a missile expansion beneath this bridge. Don't miss it. I feel like there's a pun you could make with missing the missile expansion, but I don't know what it would be. Incubating life forms below surface. You don't say. A bunch of beetles just came out. I'm pretty sure there's some interesting stuff we could scan in this room. I'm not sure if we're gonna get up high enough to be able to see it. Those are some tight jumps there. Yeah, I don't know if we can see it from here or not, but we can't go up there yet anyways, because we don't have our grapple beam. So let's just head this way. That was that missile door that we could have gone through before, but didn't. So we are now back in familiar territory. And we're actually right where we want to be. And we can also destroy this guy now, because we have missiles. So this is that half-pipe they were talking about. So let's check it out. This, I think, is the tallest half-pipe in the game. But we managed to get up without too much trouble. You really gotta learn the timing on when to use the boost. I guess you could just use my gameplay as an example, because I seem to do it really well. I mean, not to brag or anything, but a lot of people have a lot of trouble with that. And I'm sure there'll I'm sure there will at least be one time in this game where I will struggle with the boost ball. Specifically because there's one part in the game where they make you do a half pipe in a 2D section. Like one of those 2D morph ball sections. And that one is a pain in the butt. I knew there was something we could scan here. And looky here, we're back at our ship. But we're up at a place we couldn't get to before. And what is here? Right next to where our ship was, we've got space jump boots. Now, if you're not really familiar with the Prime series, but you're familiar with 2D Metroid, don't get too excited. This isn't an infinite jump. But it's still really helpful. Space jump boots acquired. So basically, we've got a double jump now. And we need to use it to get out of here. Also, now our ship will no longer give us, like, low gravity when we're next to it. Oh, maybe it still will. I didn't think it did. I really didn't think it did. Now, I would love to stop by the Artifact Temple while we're here, but we haven't gotten any Chozo artifacts since we were last here. We still just have the one. And there's actually some stuff I want to get around here. Because you remember this missile tank, which we can now get to with our Morph Ball. We've been able to get that ever since we got the Morph Ball. We just haven't been back here. And that cave is just a little shortcut. Now, I don't really think there's anything we can do over here, but there is something we want to look at. Predator activity analyzed. Predator increase in Phendrana region. So now they want us to go all the way back to Phendrana. Chapel of the Elders. Yeah, we'll get there later. So if we missile this door, we can see something interesting. First of all, there's some pirates here, which I am gonna scan now. Flying pirate. Pirates trained and equipped for airborne assault. Flying pirates are extremely agile in the air, but the heat signatures of their jetpacks can be tracked with thermal imaging. While their missiles are extremely potent, their jetpacks can be even more so. If the pack fails, they will make a suicide strike. Wow, the word suicide in a Nintendo game. And there's one of those boxes we saw on the Frigate Orphan that was filled with Phazon. And this one appears to be broken. This crate appears to be the same type of container found on the Space Pirate Research Frigate. The material seeping out from the ruptured metal is highly toxic. Analysis indicates that this may be the Phazon compound the space pirates were using in their biological experiments. Now normally those guys just fly away, but that one actually shot at me a little bit because I shot at him. So that's interesting. But they retreated, so yeah, if the space pirates didn't know we were here before, they know now. But yeah, this here, that big structure is the Frigate Orphan. It has crashed into this planet after it blew up. But we are not going to be getting over there for a little while yet. And yeah, there's not much we can do in here, because movement in water sucks. I don't even think we can get to this. I mean, we might be able to get to that missile tank. We're definitely not supposed to be able to get to it yet. So I'm just gonna leave it for now. We do not want to mess with water at this point in the game. Just gonna say right now, do not return to this place until you have something to deal with that, with how water affects you. That's a serious warning, because if you come back here too soon, you will regret it. Anyways, so I'm wondering what to do now, because we have to get back to Phendrana. And we have two possible ways to get back there. This is the longer way, but we could potentially pick some stuff up along the way if we go this way. But I know we can't pick up everything yet. I'm still gonna go this way, though. Partially to pick some stuff up, and plus if I... Excuse me? Excuse me? Well, I'm glad I saved after getting the space jump boots. I think this might be the end of the episode.